Don't believe in yourself.
Huh?
Believe in me. Believe in the Kamina who believes in you.
Gurren Lagann is a story about greatness being inside all of us, man. At the beginning of the story, you see our character Simone didn't believe in himself at all. You know, Kamina, his quote-unquote big brother, had to instill faith inside of him, you know, from himself, saying if you don't believe in yourself, you know, you always believe in me, so believe that I believe, you know, that you got it. It's basically what the point of that saying was, that he kept telling Simone, that Kamina kept telling Simone. Now, I've spoken about my older brother before, and that's kind of how our dynamic was. My brother was about to go pro everything. You know what I'm saying? Before, you know, he went and did his little 12-year bit, but he was good at everything. He was just naturally good with people. He was an extrovert. He was the complete opposite of me. Taller, like the man. And, you know, I was just glad to be around him. You know, it was my brother. It was like, you know, I could just sit back and take the crumbs. I was happy with that. give me all the crumbs, because the crumbs are huge when it's such a big personality like that. You know what I'm saying? The crumbs aren't even really crumbs. So, but he always wanted better for me, and he always wanted me to be bigger and show my light. You know, basically how I even got on here. And that's the story of Gurren Lagann, man. It's just about someone who needs to believe in themselves, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's that simply. I think I believe, or would like to say, that most of us are Simone, which is why stories like this get so popular. It's also, you know, I think the best anime it is. Like, Berserk didn't get finished. I love Monster, you know, with Johann Liebert. It's just 64 episodes of just pure just greatness. But this show is, I could just replay it back, and find something new, a little nugget here. The color palette, the way it like looks, the way it was wrote, just so many things. You know, his one of my favorite relationships in the show is actually with Simone and Vero. Like, they were two sides of the same coin. You know, they thought they were sworn enemies. Like, and that's another lesson. Like, your worst enemy could become your best ally. To me, I think his relationship, not necessarily like conversational wise, but like his relationship with Vero is, to me, more important than his relationship with Rossio, who, you know, you could just say became his best friend after the death of Kamina. And I just think those two were always at odds because they believed in two different ideologies, which is another point of greatness to the show. With Vero, it was Simone and Vero were both just raw, you know, instinctual, you know, people who wanted to see their people doing well, and I think that's where they relate to better. You know, they just wanted the betterment of their kind. That was it. It was that simple. That's all the relationships, you know, were to them. It was that simple. I want to be good for them, you know, and I end up liking Vero. Now, the hard part to talk about is, you know, sometimes we have relationships with women. Like, why was her name Yoko? I can't remember the girl Simone had a crush on that ended up liking Kamina. Why I can't remember her name? Anyway, you know, that was Simone's first crush. You know, like, we all have one, and usually they don't like you. You know what I'm saying? But the lesson in that is, girl with big boobs, wow, you know, that's not for you. You know, especially if, like, you're a good man and you want good things for your life and you have the greatness inside of you and you have something that other people don't, you know, and the leadership quality was also with you. That's not a woman for you, man. That woman is brash. She's going to be in and out of your life. She don't know herself. She's been hurt. She's been done wrong. She's broken. You don't need a broken woman when you're on the path of greatness. You need a queen. You don't need a broken woman. And Nia was that queen. You know what I'm saying? Nia was full of love, full of forgiveness. She helped him become a better man. She saw who he was. She was looking more forward into him than he was to her. That is might take a while, but that's the woman that you need to wait for in life. It's another lesson right there. Wait for the Nias. No craziness about her, man. Like, she's just a nice spiritual person. You know what I mean? And that's another thing that the show kind of touches on. A lot of shows back then kind of touched on spirituality and religion They don't really do that anymore, you know, like Rocio's religion and Simone's spirituality. You know what I mean? What kind of spiritual man do I want to be? And I think Nia pushed forward. You need to be this kind of spiritual man, or you should be, or I'd show you this kind of spirituality. Is this what you think you should do? I may give you the choice. You know, such a great woman into his life, like I said, which represented spirituality and showing him he needs to be the leader. Just like in Christianity, the man is supposed to be the leader. We've gotten away from that in this country, which, you know, everybody doesn't need to believe in that. But, you know, the other option is women like Communist Girl. Like, basically, I ain't gonna say she was no good. She was a help to the team, but she's a broken woman, which I think she, like, said in the show, like, basically, you know, at one point when she told Simon, like, she's, you know, like, Kamina, in a sense, was broken. That's why she liked him, like, and he was older, and, like, she felt more for him. Simone is the good guy. There is a woman for the good guy, but you have to pull out your greatness. That's where we go wrong in life. You know, you think the good guy is just the lame. Think John Spartan in Demolition Man. He's a good guy, but he's also a tough guy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you have to be that too. Yeah, that's about it, man. Like, just bring your greatness out, get stronger, you know, get more educators on things, and just do the best you can in life. That is the lesson that I got from Gurren Lagann. It's the best anime to me, hands down. You know, fight as hard as you possibly can, even if you take it to the stars. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to keep fighting, you got to keep drilling, and you have to look for the people that really need and deserve to be in your life, man. That's all I really got to say about it, man. Find your greatness.
You dumbass! Kick logic out and do the impossible! Remember that. That's the way Team Gurren rolls!